amor, paz y felicidad. Love and peace and happiness. The shadow self is the parts of ourselves that have been pushed down to the unconscious, parts that we're insecure about, ashamed of, or frustrated with, and therefore repress. The concept of the shadow self is based on the notion that we figuratively bury those pieces of personality that we fear would not be welcomed, accepted, or loved by others. Therefore, we keep them in the shadows. In short, our shadow selves are the versions of ourselves that we do not show society. So what is shadow work? This is the practice of loving what is and setting the shame and judgments free so that we can be our true selves. As Victor Hugo famously said, the greatest happiness of life is the conviction that we are loved, loved ourselves, or rather, loved in spite of ourselves. Beautiful night, beautiful light, and welcome back to the Peace and Happiness Tarot. We have Voodoo in Blue coming out. She's card number 22. That's a master builder energy. She's saying back off. Back off. You know how to say that, right? Back off. Practice it now. Did you say it? Did you say it like you mean it? Say it with your chest. Back off. This fairy is letting you know that it's time to back off from a person or situation that is not in your best interest, and that you may need to be brave and stop being so welcoming of what you actually do not want. So this blue fairy, waving her voodoo doll, is letting you know very clearly that you now must tell someone to take a step back. You know what you have been overriding your instincts with, what seems rational, with misguided desire to help and befriend someone who may not be particularly good for you. Voodoo in Blue doesn't mind if she looks a bit nasty when she gives the back off message. She'd rather she was loud and clear and that the person pushing her buttons leaves quickly. So she wants you to start trusting your instincts, to start valuing being honest above being nice. You do feel like you need to stay away from someone and to tell that person clearly to stay away from you. And Voodoo in Blue, stepping forward to speak with you, confirms that your hunches have been ever so right. You're doing so well right now that you may begin to attract some attention from people who are quite simply opportunistic. And you're being kind and wishing to help. And so I'm going to step in and give you a very clear warning. I don't mind if I look like the bad guy. What matters is that you get the message. Time to do a little stay away magic. And while I won't be sending them bad thoughts, after all, there are no pins in my voodoo doll. You, if you take my advice, won't be asking them to come around for tea anytime soon. Your feelings are right on this one. You know what to do. Don't get involved and don't get bullied. You may have to snarl just a little to get them to stay away. You need someone to back right off and give you space. You are not liking them. You are not welcoming them. And you need to be very clear and straight about that, despite all your desires to be a loving and lovely person. Detach from whatever it is that's giving you so much, well, grief by asking whatever or whoever it is that is irritating you, draining you, or pushing your buttons to leave you be for the moment. Be respectful and kind, yet cool at first. But if good intentions are mistaken for a new invitation, be very clear and say, away. Stop being so nice that you send very mixed messages. It's banishing time. Love and peace and happiness. Back the fuck off. Somebody needs to do that. They need to stay the heck out your energy. They need to stay out your face. They need to stay out your space. But they're not going to want to do that. You have to say it out loud. And you know what? They might call you this name or the other. They might call you completely out your name. You know what? They might call you some things and they might talk about your mother. Let him go. Let them say what they have to say. This is about doing what you're here to do. And so many times, so many who are based in the love and peace and happiness are always caught up in trying to be nice, be kind, because you are love and peace and happiness. But you got to understand that in order to maintain that, there's another side of you. See, they get this spiritual gangster twisted and they forget that there's a gangster in there. You can pull it out, and if you're really about your business, you have mastery over the gangster in you. You do. And you have the ability to let somebody know when they need to back up off you. Back, get back. Like, listen, you have to understand the value of your energy. You have to understand the value of what you're bringing to the table. Because anybody that is out there would disrespect it if they were able. You hear what we're saying in rhythm and rhyme and perfect time for you right now. Welcome, real one, and an interstellar frequency. So thankful and grateful you're here with us live, you see, because you contribute to the energy, the vibes, baby. The vibes are real. That's what the vibes are. And I see that you know real. You got to know who you really are. Because when you know who you really are and somebody tries to test that, you'll say, back. You'll assert the boundary line and enforce that bitch because it's yours. Why do you have to insert a boundary line? Because everybody is not your energy. Everybody is not your tribe. There is love energies and there's anti-love energies. And sometimes the one try to play the other. And sometimes the love energy even has to show up like anti-love energy to speak to a MRFer in their language. We're gonna say MRFer. Why are we being so kind with our mouths today? It must be for you because it wasn't for me because we always in play. Hello. But the fact of the matter is, sometimes you got to speak to a person in the language that they can understand. So if you come in with all this love and peace and happiness, all they see is a target. All they see is somebody who don't get it. All they see is somebody who's easy to attack. And boy, they'll be mistaken and they'll find themselves in even more lack. Let's look into these energies and see what has been going on. Now, you got to understand in Terror in the Shadows, we're going to talk about that place you don't want to look at. We're going to talk about the stuff that is not the funnest to deal with, but it must be dealt with. These are things that happen in our life. You could be anywhere in this timeline at all, anywhere in this timeline, right? So let's see what's coming out in this spread. I'm seeing the 7-card gypsy spread. They're showing that to me. So in the past, seek a higher power. Baby, you was already connected to the higher power since the past. You've been doing this. This has been your mode of operation. I said MO. This is your method of operation. This is your MO. You seek the higher power in all things. Yeah. You seek the higher power in all things. You're always looking for the divine perspective. I heard that's counted as grace towards you. That's counted as grace towards you. What's happening now may seem like small potatoes, but baby, it's a big deal. It is a big deal. And they're showing me the jar that I've channeled information about previously. And especially with first timers here, welcome. This jar is a jar that once you filled it with no, you get your grand yes. So life is going to test your yes. Is this your yes? Is that your yes? You always have an opportunity to say yes. But when you finally filled this jar with all the no's because you know what you know and you know you, You will find the real yes, the grand yes. Okay, so what is this grand yes? It's different for all of you. Clearly, this is a general message. I'm not speaking to just one individual, I'm talking to several. So this is going to translate for some of you into your career life. This will translate to some of you into your family life. Others of you will feel romantic relationships, and some of you will feel family, friendship relationships. Either way, the hidden blessing here is passion, baby. You know what you're passionate about. You can feel the fire, baby, inside of you. You know that fire, that like, ooh, yes, this is it energy. And I'm hearing, and you know how to identify that. Yes. Ooh, yes, this is it energy. As my soul says, yes, go for this. Regardless of what it's giving me something. I'm here for it. And that's the hidden blessing here in you. Because where you're at is a big deal. What you do here matters. It turns into material reality for you in some form or fashion. Let's see, our next position is the challenge. We're using the Q Oracle, the Q cards. The challenge is to stay in the bed. Okay, listen, the challenge is not to take action. The challenge is to wait until you've done your meditation. The challenge is to hold on, let it unfold, let it show you more. And because we have 3 cards out, we're going to just accept these. So before we do them for our final 3 positions, what is at the bottom of the deck? What's in the foundation? Cut ties. Ooh, back. Somebody need to get back. If they know what's good to them, if they know what's good for them, they're gonna get back. Right? There is some issue that comes up that violates universal law, is what they're screaming at me. When we assert ourselves against another person's self will. Ooh, you want to be respected, honey, you got to respect. And everybody at the end of the day truly does want to be respected. I have never met anybody who wants to be disrespected. Even those, for example, why you got to show that out there, throw that out. When there's somebody who likes physical abuse, this person wants physical abuse. That's a different story. That's not somebody who wants to be disrespected. That's somebody who doesn't care about that. And to them, that's not a disrespect if you physically abuse them. In this case, we're talking about a situation where somebody here has violated a line. You put a boundary up. You establish this is okay and that is not. You got passion. You know who you are. You know what you're here to do, or at least enough of it to make you serious about your life. And you're not giving control of that up to somebody else's decision. Somebody needs to back the fuck up before they get smacked the fuck up. I'm just saying, like, that's how it came out. So let's see, in the environment, what do we have? Win-win. This person is thinking, huh, they think that's crazy. So in this person's mind, regardless of what, okay, they think that they can get around your boundaries, these arrows that are roundabout. They feel like they can get to your They feel like they can get to your source. Well, the fact of the matter is, if they engage with you, they're going to have your attention, they're going to have your focus, and so energy will flow to them. What I know about this person is, in this situation, the choice that you make, what I'm seeing in this card right now, is the choice you make in regards to this actually works out beneficially for both of you. So this card in their position shows up speaking to both sides. It's got a lot of duality in it. Okay. It's saying, as far as they're concerned, they feel like no matter what, they come out winning, because either you're going to hate them and feed them energy, or love them and feed them energy, in whichever capacity that is. But what you know is, no matter what you decide, the universe is in your favor. We're touched by pronoia around here. Have you ever heard the word pronoia? I'm sure you've heard the word paranoia. Well, it's the opposite of paranoia. It is pronoia. It's a psychological term. That means that the person knows that the universe is constantly conspiring in their favor. So from your side of the table, regardless of what you decide in this situation, somehow the universe is going to work this out in your favor. At the end of the day, though, there's something here where you're saying to yourself, I don't even want to, why do I have to? I already got that certificate on the wall. I passed that class. I don't need to do this lesson again. Guidance. Bullseye, you're on point. If you know that, you've already hit the point. Like, you know that. You could engage if you want to. Whatever, I'm hearing the word toxicity, whatever they bring to you, whatever toxicity they bring to you, whatever negativity is brought to you, it really doesn't matter. You know what to do with it. But there's this whole thing like, but do I need to? No, you don't need to. And you know that now. So that's extremely empowering. I love that for you. Let's look at outcome energy here. It says the wild card. Baby, they don't expect you to do what you're going to do. We got cut ties. That's the strongest inclination your soul has been giving to you. So I see you cutting ties. I see that this throws somebody off their game. They were not expecting you to cut ties. They were expecting you to do what you had been on target to do in their mind, which is what you've always done before. Oh, we can make it work. It's gonna be okay. I'll just forgive you and it's okay. No, back the fuck off. Back. You're asserting your energy, you're asserting your strength, you're asserting your force. And yes, return to sender is a very real thing, honey. Return to sender. You could just say, I'm Miss Presley now, because this is the way it's going. Talk about some address unknown. So, did you move in between now and then? Energy is here. I heard if you didn't move physically your residence, you moved at least your energy. And that's even more important than where you physically reside. I heard in this energy, I see that you are using your energetic abilities, your mentalism, your connection to all that is the universe in order to assert your boundary. And so I see, get in your cage, which means you have zero access to me and my energy, period. So there's this thank you, no thank you going on here as well. Show me some more. I have a selection from the Handmade Oracle cards here. So show me some more. Why is the seek a higher power here? Please and thank you. So thankful and grateful for your beautiful presence. So thankful and grateful for the growth on our channel. Okay, the divine cosign wants to speak, and it says, Monster Hunter, honey, hunte. With the Seek the Higher Power card and the Monster Hunter card, like you're out here. What's the monster? It's a beast. It's somebody who has lost. So they're showing me Beauty and the Beast. Okay. The Monster Hunter. A monster is a beast. What was the beast in Beauty and the Beast? He lost touch with his heart. And there's that. In the past, you became strongly aware of self-awareness is a monster itself, is a whole beast in itself. But they say you became strongly aware of the fact that you tend to attract energies who needs a level of self-awareness. You have the ability to deliver that. What the frequency wants to talk in our current energy, what the frequency is going on here. Tampering. The tampering card always, it's a new card. I'm not even gonna lie. But this energy, it's always talking to me about somebody who's trying to violate your free will. And one of the ways that that comes out is by trying to force you, coerce you, manipulate you, deceive you, or use spell work against you. And I just want to throw this out here now. Shout out to Tina. That if they used spell work against you, they are a god dang mother loving freaking mother loving trucker fool to do such a thing to like that to you. It was a bad freaking idea, because these people that will do such things to you or to anybody do not understand the laws of the universe, that the energy that you create, that you generate, that you distribute in this planet comes home to you. You will eat the fruit of the seed you have sown. So if that fruit is disgusting, nasty, repulsive, or just dangerous, then don't plant it. And somebody did not understand that. It is a very big deal for somebody here to be trying to tamper with your energy, your soul, your heart, your beautiful intentions. Let's see, with the passion in the hidden blessing from the signatures oracle, we have fate versus destiny. It says the fated life is the one we were born into. The destined life is the one our soul chooses. It takes courage and faith. So the hidden blessing here is you have a passion of taking fate and turning it into your destiny, which means that you don't just allow challenges to stomp you down, rather you allow them to fuel you up. You come in highly empowered. You come in passionate about taking every opportunity and transmuting the energy, raising the vibration of it. You can't control how it ends up for them, but you can control how it ends up for you. You know what you're doing in response to what's handed to you. Fate is what's handed to you. Destiny is what you do with it. In short, more down to earth, a little bit more grounded way of explaining. Fate is what's handed to you. Destiny is what you do with it. One more time for emphasis. Yes, please, and thank you. Fate is what's handed to you, and destiny is what you do with it. What will you do with it? You have a passion for burning up old patterns. Yeah. In the challenge, you have the stay in bed card. Let's see what's coming out with that. The flavors are melting on my tongue. So the challenge is you got a taste of something here. And you want a taste of something different, honey. Yeah, you're like, listen, I know what that tastes like. I'm gonna just hold on until they put some new stuff out on the buffet. Cause life is a buffet. You get to pick it up if you want to. And yeah, you get to consume it, run with it, take part of it, partake of it if you want to, but life is a buffet. You don't have to accept everything coming your way. And in this experience, not only are you not wanting to accept it, but somebody is trying to insert themselves, trying to forcefully put themselves into your experience, and you're saying, back, bitch. Yeah, throw them words out there if you have to, but you don't always call somebody out their name. That's not really your way. And that's part of why you showing up as a wild card, because they weren't expecting you to throw the B word in there. Yeah. They was expecting you to be, oh, well, if you don't mind, if you could just take a step back, that would be great because that would really help me out. The minute you came so kind, so humble, so just, I'm just seeing like a sad leaf, like just so apologetic. Baby, they just took that all that kindness and mistaked it for weakness, and then they tried to push the button one more time. But I just fucking told you nicely, back, bitch, and you say it with your chest. You muscle up. You ready yourself. You position yourself. This is the energy. Yeah, don't let. This is the thing. People get this idea that because you're about this high vibration and all that stuff, that means that you don't have it in you. But baby, you have it in you. And as a matter of fact, not only do you have it in you, but to attain to this higher frequency vibration and energy, you had to level up and master it. If it was still mastering you, you could not be attracting what you are or be in the spiritually designated and assigned position, spiritually ordained position, elevated frequency, vibration, and energy if you didn't have mastery of those abilities. Remember, all your shadow aspects, as we are doing tarot in the shadows tonight, all your shadow aspects are tools in your toolbox. And baby, you can pull it out and use it when you want to. And you know how to use it. If you need a saw, you're going to grab the saw. If you need a drill, you're going to grab the drill. If you need a wrench, you're going to grab the wrench. And you're going to know which size to grab. I need 3 ace. You know what I'm saying? In this energy. 3 ace in this energy. What is that you're saying? 3, Empress. 8, strength. I need you to honor your value and your worth. This is your harvest season. So in your strength, you protect, you value, and you are in your power. Hello, stay in your power. I need 3 ace. 3 and 8 makes 11. Not justice. Justice is a feeling. It's not just an idea. It's a fucking feeling. You're not triggered. You're not angry. You're not hurt. You're not upset. You're feeling justice. Somebody try to violate. Somebody try to violate. And you stay in your power and you say, back off. Back the F off. Whatever language you need to use to get your point across. Because remember, they don't speak that love and peace and happiness. They ain't got that in their soul. They speak the way they speak. And sometimes you got to speak to a person the way that they know so they can receive the message you're giving. With the win-win card in your environment, what do we have? Elevate. That's that part right there. You've exhausted all options on this level. In your environment, no matter what you do with this one, you elevate. It's a win-win for you. If they actually pursue this attack further, it's a big deal. The more it's like the more they attack, the more you elevate. Oh, they self-sabotage so bad. They don't even know what they're doing. Oh Lord, why they gotta do this to themselves? You don't even want them to do this to themselves because you actually care. Otherwise, you would have never been there. You actually care. Otherwise, you would have never been there. You know? But why they do this is so guidance. We have Misty Blue. Listen, that's because they Misty Blue. That's because they crying and boo-hooing and all this stuff. So that's why they try to do this to you. Listen, this is not the way you wanted things to go. But the choice that you've made the right choice. It's supported by the universe. It's supported by the laws of the universe. It's supported by your angels, ancestors, guide, your higher self, your future self, your truest self is there cheering you on. So proud of you. I'm glad you didn't let yourself get trampled on this time. I'm glad you didn't let yourself fall under their heels. You do not need to humble yourself to this foolishness, is what I heard. Yeah, outcome energy from the divine cosign with the wild card energy. It says the best medicine is a dose of your own medicine. Yeah, so whatever they thought that they were sending to you is going right back to them. They didn't expect that. They thought that because you were so humble, so kind, they thought that you didn't have protection. They thought that you were vulnerable, but they don't understand that your intention is your protection. They said make a new card for that. Your intention is your protection. Your intention is your protection. They said, and why is that? They said, write the card. Your intention is your protection. Why is that? Because your intention was nothing about that. No, they said it was only about that love and peace and happiness. Love and peace and happiness. Yeah, that part. Love and peace and happiness. Did you grasp that? Like that's what your intention was about. Because your intention was there and your actions were in alignment with your intention, and therefore it is your protection. Somebody else cannot say that. Right? At the bottom of the deck, what do we have? Envious. They was jealous. There was envy. There was envy here. Envy. That means they want what you have. They can't have it. It's not theirs. They didn't align the energy to obtain it. Oh goodness, we need some tarot. If in the house, let's get the chibi tarot popping, and let's see what else spirit will reveal for you. So thankful and grateful for all you do, because if you're in this reading, if you're in this energy, the way you move is marvelous. You take into consideration repercussions and consequences. That's where most people screw themselves right up the where they don't want to, but they do, because they forget to consider consequences and repercussions before they take actions. You do that. You do take consequences and repercussions into consideration. You understand that every action has a reaction. Again, you understand universal laws and how they unfold on planet Earth. Show me the energy here in the past. What do we have? The star, baby. The star. When you sought the higher power in so many circumstances and situations, like you proved a pattern in yourself. And you did this every time you came up against a lower vibrational entity or energy in a physical being. And this afforded you a certain level of protection because the spirit realm saw what you was doing. They saw that you were coming up against these lower vibrational entities and energies. And you know what? When the star shows up, not only do you shine with the energy that's so potent, so pure, so magnificent, glorious, and divine, but you also do it with this spiritual protective force field around you. They show me the scene from, what is it? Ocean? No, not Ocean. What was it called? Ay, Dios mío, ¿por qué se olvida el pinche nombre de la pinche película? Anyways, tell the DJ bring it back. Give me the name of the dang movie. Anyways, so it's like you're over here broadcasting this signal, putting it out. What's up, Robert? And while you over here doing this, you have protection from the spirit realm. Yeah. And there's this scene in the movie, the name of which Spirit will bring it back. The DJ, bring it back. Can you call the secretary to go down to the sub basin and pull up the name of the dang movie? Anyways, and then it's Tom Hanks and Halle Berry. But anyway, and they travel. It's like 5 different time space dimensions that they're dealing with, but it's all an interwoven entanglement. And there's that energy here where it's like you have all this support around you. Sonmi is recording her message, and she's being attacked by the military, but she has her rebels right there defending her, willing to give their life so she could get her message out. So there's some energy here about you, like what you're here to do is so valuable and desired and appreciated by the divine, all humanity, and Gaia itself, that you have all this support from the spiritual realm. They defend you. Cloud Atlas, thank you. They defend you. That the movie Cloud Atlas. That the one. And so this protection over energy and the value and the potency of your energy, because your intention is your protection. I love that the star card came out as soon as we made that card. It all's coming together, baby. And we missed the letter N. Why did we miss the letter? We got to make it again. Your intention. It's got to be in your intention. The N. It's got to be in your intention, right? It's got to be in your intention. And somebody here in a big deal, they thought they could make a move against you. Look, and this is, I was looking for one card. Why are they gonna give me all these cards? So here you are. This is somebody who thought that they could cut through and cut up your happiness, your joy, your high vibration. This is looking like you, King of Cups energy with damn Queen of Swords energy. Like, oh, fuck that. This is giving me reverse Queen of Swords energy, just so you know. Bitter, hurt, spiteful. Somebody who uses their words to cut. Somebody who only says things to hurt. What's over here up under the judgment? Listen, you have wise judgment. You have emotional mastery tool. I'm putting these back because I just literally only want one card for that position over there. So I'm going to put these back in the deck. But somebody here in the current energy, there's some tampering going on, and it's a big deal. Tampering is wrong. Okay. And what I'm seeing in this energy, they are tampering with your energy field. But let's just say it like it really, there are attempts to tamper with your energy. Attempts. They're trying. What is a try? It's a failed attempt. Give me one card, please, and thank you, to show the big deal in the tampering energy here? In the current experience, what do we have? One card. Thank you. One card is the Two of Wands. They're tampering from a distance because why? You made a decision to do something that cuts them out of the deal. You're like, oh, you want all that position? You want all that power? Listen to this. I'm going to make you here irrelevant. Back. There's that. There's that part. Let me see in the hidden blessing. Yeah. What's in the hidden blessing with the passion and fate versus destiny? You had the King of Cups coming back out. Hello, yes, please, and thank you. I love that this energy is here. Love, peace, and happiness. Because this is your emotional mastery. You are not a freaking novice at this. You're not a beginner. You are an expert. They were not counting on you to be an expert. So somebody's saying something to try to upset you, hurt your feelings, get under your skin, push your buttons. I'm going to push my button. Love, peace, and happiness. They need to wake up a little bit earlier than this because, honey, we stay up. We don't have to climb up or get up. We stay ready. We stay up. That's what's going on with my tribe in the challenge where we had stay in the bed and the flavors are melting on my tongue. The Nine of Swords. Here's the challenge. You need to align your energy. I heard the challenge for you in this, with this back off energy, is you still need to understand that, yes, even this mess up experience is working in your favor. And how is that true? How is it true that this situation where somebody here thinks that they could come up against you, try to destiny swap with you, trying to put some spell, some curse, some magic on you, trying to tamper with your starlight, trying to tamper with your decisions, trying to tamper with your fate and your destiny? How in the heck is this ugly box that you done delivered to my house, to my doorstep, rang my doorbell, and took off and just left me this ugly ass box of shit? It looks like pure mierda. But why is this, and how is this possibly working in my favor? So this is your challenge. This is what takes you over the climax onto that downhill, nicest, easy breeze flow about this experience is where is the blessing in it? Where's the lesson in it? This is where you find the alignment. If it happened in your life, there is a very valid and valuable reason for it. Now, was it that you were not asserting boundaries? Was this to teach you how to tell a person to back it up? Was it so that you could realize, like, oh, you had no boundaries? Was it so you could realize, like, oh, I didn't use my vocal cords at all? Let me speak up. Was it so you had to realize when you had to literally physically defend yourself? Change the freaking locks. Call the police. And if there was physical abuse, grab a fucking knife if you have to. Defend yourself. It is your right to defend your life, your well-being, your mentality, and your spirituality. And no, we do not advocate for physical violence. But if you know, then you know. And if you understand the way we speak, the sword, the knife, speaking of the sword, the truth. Bring your truth to the table. How will they know your truth if you don't speak it? All right, in your environment, you have a win-win experience happening. You win either way, and you elevate, having exhausted all these experiences, and you know it. King of Swords. What's the benefit here? If you was having a hard time trying to figure out the lesson and the blessing, it has to do with you speaking your truth and using that sword to cut it off. This is your path of elevation. What's the guidance in here? The guidance was you hit the bullseye, baby. Misty blue. It's okay. It might be a little bit sad for a minute, but listen, better things are coming with the Three of Wands. Something better is coming. The situation is black and white. She got a little panda bear onesie, nightgown, night suit on, pajamas. Something better is to come. You gonna lay this situation to rest. It's black and white. It's clear as day. And better things are coming. So go ahead and let the blue pass. Blue. Oh, so lonesome for you. Why can't you be blue over me? Listen, somebody is blue about you, and somebody was wishing that you are blue about them. And you are to a certain degree, but there's also this energy of acceptance and understanding in you. Like, well, I see what it is. I'm a little bit upset, a little bit bothered, but it'll pass. This is a human feeling because all of you haven't made it to the point where you're completely beyond it, and that's okay. You're still human. The way you feel is valid. It is okay for you to have human feelings if you're a human being. You're just being human as a human being, but you allow it to pass. You do. Because you understand the background. You understand that there's I heard a cost to pay to be the boss. Let me see in the outcome energy. We have the wild card. And the best medicine is a dose of your own medicine. But what flipped over with it is the Empress. Now, the Empress was in waiting for a while. Did you notice that I stopped shuffling because she had flipped over quite a bit ago, right? That's a message in and of itself. The Empress was in waiting for a while. The Empress in you, your value and your worth. You do not deserve to be talked to, ignored, ghosted, silenced, disrespected, devalued, or minimized in such ways. Fill in the blank appropriately. But most of you have experienced all of these, you see. That's what I heard. Okay. What's at the bottom of the deck here? The Ace of Pentacles. Okay, Maya's coming through again. That one song she made that we all know. It's all about me, 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 me. Forget about you, 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 you. So what you gonna do, 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 do? Are you gonna give it up? Okay, there's that energy here. Somebody needs to give it up. Because it's all about you. In that Empress. Oh, with the Ace of Swords below. That's the truth. The truth. The universe said, yes, Hunter. Yes. They gave you the yes. YASSSSSS. They gave it to you, baby. Yes. With the Three of Swords below. Yeah, that's a heartbreak city. Heartbreak hotel right there, baby. The truth that hurts like a bee and set you free. This is why you have the misty blue here. This is not what you wanted things to do. This is not the way you wanted it to go. But you accept the hurt, the truth, and the hurt that sets you free. Hurts like a bee, but sets you free. You accept that. Yeah, with the Ace of Cups. Oh Lord. Listen, baby. That Three of Swords may hurt, but it's surrounded by three aces, honey. Ace of Cups, Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. And if you've been around here much at all, you know as good as I do that Ace of Cups is all about your self-love. All love begins with self-love. For if you cannot love yourself, how could you love me? You've got a Ace of Cups. And then this disappointing truth came in. And you remember Joe Truth. What Joe Truth? I got self-love. I don't need that. I got this. Ace of Pentacles. You're absolutely right. And here's the evidence to prove you're right. Yeah, the Two of Pentacles was underneath. Somebody was trying to connect to your energy. The King of Pentacles underneath. Why? Because you have it. You want it? I got it. Dripping like water. The King of Pentacles got it all. And they're safe, blessed, and protected. The Seven of Swords, they use deception, deceit. They use manipulation. They was just playing their self. They tried to strategize. Yeah, Queen of Swords showed up with a smile on their face after they had made all these devious plans, to try to end you. They tried to end you. Somebody here was so jealous that they tried to take you out. And some of you, yes, I'm talking your physical life. Others of you, I'm talking about your romantic relationship, your business status, your financial status. They tried to take you out. But you know what? All that mess goes right back home to roost. The one that planted the seed is going to eat the fruit. Because you have an option to accept the fruit or not. But when you planted the seed, baby, you plant that seed in your own garden. That's in their garden. They're going to eat that fruit. They're going to be stuck with that fruit. They're going to choke on that fruit. And if they wish you death, they're going to die on that fruit. And if they wish you poverty, they're going to be broke on that fruit. And if they wish you illness, they're going to be sick on that fruit. And if they wish you loneliness, they'll be by their self consuming the rest of that fruit. This is what I have for you tonight's episode of Tarot in the Shadows. Love and peace and happiness. So thankful and grateful for your beautiful presence, for being who you are on our planet, anchoring in that energy, holding the principles in all your decisions. Until next time, sending you so much love and peace and happiness. Kamsahamnida. Gracias. Later, baby. And that's all, folks. And I'm out.